Your boy, back in this building for real all day, know what it is already. D47's Rugby League stats, revisiting as much Rugby League information as possible. Right now, continuing with the wooden spoons, up to the 1950 wooden spoon in Australian Rugby League, and this time going again to poor old North Sydney. I've said already, North Sydney got the spoon 1948, 1950, 1951, and in 1949 they finished second last, so there's 4 wretched years in a row for them. And as always, so you don't miss any crucial Rugby League information, watching this video all the way through to the end. So, pretty much a clear-cut, cut-and-dry wooden spoon for Norths in 1950. As always, there were 18 games in the season at that point in time, and they managed only 3 wins and 15 losses. They didn't once win consecutive games at any point in the season, and the 3 wins that they did conjure, only against Manly, Canterbury and Parramatta, 3 teams who didn't make the finals. So, tough going for them. The stats, though, the stats which we always do, weren't too shabby, weren't the worst we've ever seen, but obviously those not too bad stats not transpiring into enough wins for them to get off the bottom of the ladder. They scored 258 points for the season and conceded 357, so the for and against minus 99, which is nowhere near the worst for and against we've seen in any of these wooden spoon videos. And the top try scorer, excellent work I think, a player called Peter O'Brien, and he picked up 12 tries for them in the 1950 season, 12 tries from the 18 games, despite the fact they only won 3 out of those 18 games. So Peter O'Brien definitely a standout in a team doing it tough. So a frequent try scorer, despite how poorly the team was going. And the leading point scorer, his name was Ron Crossley, and he only got no tries, 31 goals, 62 points for them. So aside from Ron Crossley only getting 62 points, the other stats aren't too bad, but like I said, not transpiring into enough wins for them. And we always go through every wooden spooner's moment in the sun and most embarrassing moment. So obviously the most embarrassing moment, the fact that after 11 rounds of the 1950 season, North had won just 1 game. The only game that they'd won, a round 7 win over Manly, 8 points to 6. Manly, of course, one of the other teams down the bottom of the ladder at that point in time. So North's only win in the first 11 rounds, not really anything to write home about, not really anything to cry about. So after losing 10 out of the first 11 games, you pretty much guaranteed yourself the wooden spoon, so to speak. Eventually they won a couple more games, but that was far too little, far too late, and nowhere near enough to avoid the wooden spoon. They did eventually beat Canterbury in round 12, 1950, 20 points to 14, and then in round 15, 1950, a 24 points to 11 win over Parramatta. So, but obviously lost every other game. So there you go. Simple one that time. Not a bewildering run like a lot of the 1940s wooden spoons. But stay tuned because the next video, like I already said, it's North's getting the wooden spoon again in 1951. But this time it is a bewildering run. So, not a cut and dry, clear-cut wooden spoon like East's wooden spoon in 1949 and like North's wooden spoon in 1950. North's wooden spoon coming up next in 1951. It came down to the very last game of the season to decide who would get the wooden spoon. So stay tuned for that one. As always, if you're still watching all the way to the end, so you didn't miss any crucial Rugby League information, thank you so much. Thank you for ongoing, continued, brutal, malevolent support. Your boy all day, D47.